So this is what happened in Secret Empire, Steve Rogers, Captain America number 18. What doesn't happen is this scene on the cover. So the book opens with a very pontificating Namor, the Submariner, and it's showing that Nick Spencer has never really known about the Submariner before, and he's just tossing him in. He just doesn't seem to be one of those characters who would roll over for Hydra, yet he's had him surrender to him, and here he is saying, well, I wish we could look for peace, but it looks like we're going to war. We've been friends for a long time. That would not have stopped him. If he threatened Atlantis, Namor would bitch slap him back down. Namor was pretty much famous for threatening to go to war with the surface war for for the slightest infraction against Atlantis, and here he is taking Hydra's crap. No, I'm sorry, it just doesn't fit the character. Even if Atlantis had fallen on hard times, we would be seeing a more scheming Namor, looking for his opening so he could take down Hydra rather than just cowtailing to him. So I'm hoping that's what we see in the future. This is a very tell, don't show moment where basically explains everything that's going to happen. Not necessary. He could just enter the door and say, gentlemen, and we would have realized that he was in a United Nations kind of situation and just started. This page is completely superfluous. And here we have Nick on his soapbox again. Remember that Stephen Rogers is supposed to represent, to him, Donald Trump. He doesn't, but that's who Nick Spencer sees it as. So the people are talking and they're saying stuff like it's long past due that we stand up to the American tyrant, you know, and that kind of thing. So it's very preachy, very soapboxy. And the Madam Hydra is basically saying no matter what they're saying now, when they see Captain America, they're gonna shit their pants. So finally the book starts. This is really where the book needed to start. There's no reason for the first 4 pages. This is where Stephen Rogers walks up, he shakes some hands, and you realize that he's in a situation where he's meeting with other politicians. There's some hope given from this page because you're thinking, all right, finally, you know, he's saying, no, I don't want to watch Steve Rogers' speech. We're going to get there, and then we're going to have our moment finally, and you're hoping, yeah, okay. Namor, with one punch, can, there's nothing Captain America can do to him. Seriously. Get Namor close enough to Captain America, snap, fail Hydra. And from here on in, it is just one big, long speech. Basically, Captain America tells him, hey, look, I know you're used to politics here, and everybody says, let's be diplomatic, but I'm not going to be diplomatic. I'm going to tell you how it is. This is how the world changes, starting now. Any act of aggression against Hydra will be seen as an act of war, and it'll be met like that, you know, that kind of stuff, as we're seeing somebody actually infiltrate Hydra base, it looks like. And this is where I think Nick Spencer believes he's going full Trump by saying that, oh, we don't need you anymore, we're not going to glad hand with a whole bunch of foreign dignitaries, and I'll tell you why. Because our message is resonating. And then it shows a superhero saving somebody, and they end up, it's a girl, and she kisses another girl, jumps down, and then we see a group of Hydra agents fighting these superheroes. One of them just saved somebody, and it's in Paris, and I realized that he might be trying to talk about Trump, but what he's really talking about is Antifa, because they had not too long ago had a huge riot where people were doing this. And it got to the point where they were like, oh, you're a fascist, and then they started to attack the peacekeepers. One of them got set on fire, as a matter of fact. So instead of nailing Trump or Trump supporters as the fascists he believes, he really seems to be going after the new Antifa and the BAM organizations, you know, just that kind of thing. Because they're the ones that are really popping up and saying all the things that his Nazi Steve Rogers here is saying. He even right here suggests that the people who want borders, the people who see their countries as being sovereign, are in the wrong, and they will be attacked, and they will be dealt with. That is not evil Trump dictator message. I mean, that's Antifa, that's BAM. And I got to admit, I really like this part, because this is where Nick Spencer tells the world, you really need to act like Antifa or BAM, or we will take care of you. And then somebody steps up to verbally bitch slap Steve Rogers. and that is Black Panther, who, let's face it, he is just getting a lot of play off that trailer now that everybody's excited for the movie. And I gotta admit, when I saw this, I was like, oh snap, I dig this, you know, because he's basically saying, whoa, hold on now with your threats and veil. Let's talk about the fact that you've tried to invade us a whole bunch of times, and how did that go for you? Or in other words, Black Panther said, you will respect our walls. We have borders, we have walls, and you cannot cross over them. Yeah, that was my very poor impression of an African trying to do a Donald Trump, so it was horrible, I understand. But oh my gosh, I love this, because we then see Arnim Zola and a whole bunch of Hydra agents trying to invade Wakanda and just getting their asses handed to them. And he basically says, yeah, if you keep wanting to do this, ask Arnim Zola how he's holding up. And you see that Black Panther just ripped his head off. And then during his great show of strength, while Steve Rogers was trying to, you know, pump up his muscles and, you know, chest thump, Black Panther comes out and says, well, instead of sending your army, why don't you just come down here and we fight man to man? And like the pussy Antifa that he is, he turns tail and runs right into Namor. Unfortunately, it doesn't turn into the neck snapping that originally wanted. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit of a letdown, because he stands up to Namor. Namor says he doesn't have the cosmic cube fragment that Steve Rogers is looking for. And then Steve Rogers threatens Namor, and I'm thinking, slap, done. Did Namor lose a lot of power that I'm not aware of? I know I've been out of the loop until last year, but what happened to Namor that he became such a pussy? I mean, seriously. He used to be like this noble, haha, I'll fight you for, you know, honor at the very least. And of course, his bodyguard puts the trident between the two of them, and once again, Steve Rogers threatens him. I understand, but you don't want to step up to me or I'll use my guys to take you down. I see these guys that he's got to take him down, only the Scarlet Witch really would serve a problem there. You know, challenge accepted, let's go. Oh, sorry, I realized that isn't actually the Scarlet Witch. It's somebody else in her body. I forgot who. And then, of course, we go back, and this is the scene that you got in Secret Empire number 4, basically, where you see that Namor does surrender to Captain America. And it's kind of sad, and I'm not a big fan of that particular scene. I'm really hoping there's going to be some sort of big retribution. Is that the right word? Anyway, yeah, Namor needs to come back from this and just beat the teetotal hell out of somebody. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on Steve Rogers' Captain America number 18. What did you think? Did you like the book? Did you hate it? Was I right or wrong about my opinions? Or even my thinking that Nazi Cap is actually Antifa rather than Donald Trump? I know that's not what Nick Spencer's trying for, but let me know in the comments below what you think. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, please click like, click share, click subscribe to see more, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you make sure you don't miss anything. So we did just put out the tip jar that is a Patreon account, and if you don't mind going on over and drop $1 in the till. It's the price of a candy bar, easy peasy. The link is in the description below, and we very much thank our 2 patrons, Jesse Novacek and now Sky Roseboom. I hope I said that right. Thank you very much for donating to the channel, and to everyone, thank you very, very, very much for watching.